Welcome to the Nectar and Grit podcast, where we take 5 minutes to talk with actors and filmmakers about weird shit. Welcome, Aaron Carlson, to the Nectar and Grit podcast. How are you doing this morning?
I am fantastic, Austin. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for coming on.
Sure.
Well, we got 5 minutes, so let's hop right into it. What projects do you have going on, or have you finished coming out?
Yeah, we've got a couple here at CCC Studios. So Jason Voorhees Nightmares is a part of our Horrorverse series that we had on YouTube for the last 3.5 years. That just released last week. It's gotten over 10,000 views so far. We're getting great positive reviews on it. And as far as the finale goes, it's one of the biggest movies we've ever attempted to try on a limited budget of about 26K. So we've got a lot of action, a lot of horror, a lot of fun. It's an 80s vibe. So if you like that kind of stuff, that's on YouTube right now. And currently, we are in pre-production on a Western, which is called The Stranger. And this is a movie I've wanted to make for the last 20 some years that I've had a script for. Go ahead. What do you got, Austin?
It just occurred to me,
Yeah.
uh, you should hit up Don Whalen. He has always wanted to be in a Western.
Okay. Uh, down. I'm totally open. We are looking for anybody who's
I'll,
excited to make
I'll,
Westerns.
I'll tell him. I'm supposed to interview him later this week, and
Sweet.
I'll tell him about it.
I love
Maybe
it.
you
I
guys
love it.
connect or something on that.
It's it's a fun one. It's a different type of vibe, different type of story, and it's something I wanted to do where I could try to find a way to mix the Old West 1860s style with like the vibe of the 80s a little bit. I'm thinking like Scarface and Drive mixed with Unforgiven and Outlaw Josie Wales. It's kind of like this combination of stuff. So it's really cool. So we're in a mode right now where we've got cast lined up. We've got a crowdfunder coming on June 16th is when we launch, and we also are on WeFunder here pretty soon as well. We're going live to help track some more investors to come in, and we're shooting a proof of that in the first week of June. That's where we're at.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. Um, well, which director would you pay to see their on-set meltdown?
I had a hard time trying to figure something out. But I can tell you the two, there's two that I'd love to see, and it's Michael Bay and it's Zack Snyder. Because
Okay.
these guys to me are action visual storytellers and I love their work, right? But they get so much hate. And they're always pretty cool about handling it from, the audience out there and people. I just feel like they got like all this shit they'd love to fucking say. And just blow up on anybody at any time. So I
Yeah.
would love to see one of those guys lose it. I was watching Zack Snyder on another thing talking about like, DC and, the Snyderverse ending and how people, you've got that war between the two, who's James Gunn stuff, which is fine. And Snyder has his vision, Gunn has his, but
Sure.
you know, it meant so much to Zack Snyder to make those movies. And then, his daughter died and everything else, and people just hate on him. I'm just like, dude, I would love to see him just blow up, just explode on people. I would love it. So I'd go with Zach, I think, out of those two.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What flower do you think symbolizes the current state of the film industry?
Uh, a daffodil, I think. I think a daffodil, if I remember correctly, resembles like new beginnings and a rebirth kind of thing. And considering where Hollywood has been over the last few years and the struggle of streaming platforms and everything else, and how the indie market seems to be revitalized with this kind of effort, I think it's a chance to kind of bring filmmaking to a different place. And then if you add in AI and all this other stuff that's happening, I think things have changed significantly. The
Yeah.
models are different. And I think if you're a filmmaker out there, you have to be flexible. And I think you got to be ready to shift and move with the way things go. So I try to be as flexible as possible. I don't hate on anything. Like I'm a filmmaker and I know that. I'm an artist. I know that. I'm a creative, and then you've got this AI thing, and there's some filmmakers out there that get pissed off if you use AI if you're a filmmaker. And I'm like, well, some of the stuff I use is integrated in the software, like DaVinci Resolve. I'm editing in there. And it's got AI Magic Mask. It's got AI dialogue editing, and I'm like, am I a bad person now because I'm using these tools? I don't know.
Right, right.
So what do they mean by that? But I don't let the audience outside or other filmmakers kind of change my perspective of things. I like to be like Bruce Lee said, be like water and just flow and go. So
That
yeah,
makes
I
sense.
think it's a new beginning for filmmaking. I think it's a great time to do it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll find out, won't we?
We sure
Uh,
will.
what's the strangest compliment you've ever received about your work?
I got one a few days ago on our Nightmares movie, and I think the person said, not only was I distracted, but I was entertained. And I don't know what that means. I still don't know if that's good or bad. I have no
Uh,
idea, dude. I
yeah,
don't
that's
know,
it.
Austin.
That's a strange thing to say.
I don't know.
If you had okay, so if you had to remake your worst film
Okay.
and someone gave you $100,000 to do it, what would you change?
I would use real actors instead of my friends and family. I would actually try to use the proper gear to make it because at the time I think I had a DV camera and I had Home Depot lights, canned lights from Home Depot. I think that's what it
Yep.
is. But I absolutely love the story and I think the
And
movie would
there.
be really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, man.
Well, that was our 5 minutes. It was
Yeah.
great talking to you.
You too, Austin.